listeners. Welcome to another exciting episode of Mind Over Matter with your host, Anya. Today, we have a phenomenal guest, Kyle Flynn, one half of the Kangen Couple. Kyle and his wife, Taylor, are on a mission to educate people about the incredible health and wellness benefits of electrolyzed reduced water. This hydrogen-enriched, antioxidant-packed water supports deep hydration, detoxification, and overall well-being. Get ready to dive into the science and magic of ERW and discover how it can transform your health. So, Kyle, can you explain what electrolyzed reduced water is and how it works?
For sure. Yeah. So electrolyzed reduced water is produced by an ionizer, a water ionizer. So the water ionizer hooks up to any kind of faucet at your house, like your sink, for example. And it takes the water from the sink and it goes into the ionizer, which first has a pre-filtration step. So it kind of filters out all the chlorine, kind of heavy metals and different contaminants like that. And then it goes into the ionization process. So the ionization process starts with essentially electricity is put into the water. So the ionizer machine is hooked up to your outlet. You put electricity into the machine. The electricity runs through the water and it splits the water molecule into its constituent components. So what happens is when the electricity goes through the water, it goes into the ionization process, which then splits it into hydrogen molecules and hydroxide molecules. So H and OH, since we know that a water molecule is H2O, right? Two hydrogens and one oxygen. And then it splits the water into two streams, a negative current and a positive current. So the negative current comes out of the top hose and the positive current comes out of the top hose. And essentially the currents are split amongst the pH scale. So for example, if you have the machine set to like a 9 pH for alkaline drinking water, then you're going to have 9 pH water coming out of the top hose of the machine, and you'll have 5 pH coming out of the bottom hose of the machine, since the pH scale always equals 14. So you're going to always have the streams equal that number. So the machine itself can produce 5 different types of water. So we have strong alkaline water, which is like an 11.5 pH. We have mild alkaline water, which is good for drinking water, which is between 8 and 9 pH. And then we have acidic water, which is 2.5 pH. And then we have mild acidic water, which is a 5 or 6 pH. So you can use it for various things, but that's essentially the kind of rundown of what electrolyzed reduced water is and how it's produced.
Mm-hmm. And what makes it different from regular water?
Yeah, so based on the electrical current as you run through it, it changes the properties of the water, right? So normal drinking water that comes out of like your faucet has generally a neutral pH, which is fine. But you find a lot more health benefits with the more alkaline water. So usually we recommend drinking between 8 and 9 pH water. And it has various benefits, primarily which has it kind of helps balance the acid base of our body system, right? A lot of things that we eat every day or drink every day are more acidic, thinking like things like coffees, teas, juices, even fruit, things like that. Meat, dairy products, rice, grains, they're all very acidic. So we'll find that a lot of people's digestive tracts become more acidic, which can lead to issues, farther down the line. But even just kind of in the short term, we can help start balancing that acid-base balance and making sure our body's not becoming more acidic by drinking more alkaline water. On top of that, the electrolyzed reduced water also has antioxidant properties, because the water, that H2O molecule, is split in two. We have some free-floating hydrogen gas, which is a very powerful antioxidant inside the water, and it does wonders in reducing oxidative stress, which can do things like improve your gut microbiome, improve your mood. It can improve skin issues, and has a myriad different health benefits that it can help for you achieve.
Mm-hmm. That's fascinating, Kyle. It's amazing how something as simple as water can have such profound effects.
Yes, yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. So, what inspired you and Taylor to start advocating for ERW?
So we've actually been gym owners for the last 12, 13 years. It's something that we've always been passionate about, of helping people take control of their health, become as healthy as possible, and really age as gracefully as possible. So being in the gym atmosphere, we've always kind of been frustrated with how we can only spend like an hour a day with people, and then they come in, they talk about all this food they drank, and water that or food they ate, and water that they drank, and maybe alcohol they drank, and different things like that. And it's just became a frustrating process of like, how can we make more lasting changes in our clients and people we come across with on a daily basis. So always keeping up with the technology and other kind of latest health trends. My wife originally stumbled on this water, and she found it and kind of presented it to me. And at first I was very skeptical. It sounded kind of too good to be true. And I kind of had the general thought, and we hear this all the time, is that, water is just water. And so I kind of brushed it off and told her that I didn't really believe in it. There's no way this does what it says it does. And then she did some more research, brought me some articles, went to PubMed, went to Google Scholar, and found some like firsthand research articles and papers that kind of backed up things that she was telling me. So I started doing my own research, and then we ended up buying a machine. I kind of gave in, and then we experienced some health benefits. We got machines for our parents and for our families and things like that. And every single person that's gotten a machine has experienced some kind of health benefit, like improved skin, improved, sleeping, just feeling better overall. And so we've just become huge proponents of it ever since then, because it's just, everyone drinks water. So if we're looking for an easy or low hanging fruit to change in someone's life, that's going to create, the biggest impact, then water's really that number one thing, because most people are, you're 70% water, your brain's like 80% water. So if we can improve that on such a foundational level, it's just going to kind of set people up for, feeling better and, just really improving their long-term health outlook.
It's so incredible how personal experiences can lead to such impactful advocacy.
Definitely.
So, can you share some of your health benefits you have experienced with ERW?
Yeah. So the biggest, the kind of the most tangible one we've experienced was from my mom. So my mom had eczema on like really severe eczema on her hands. Like every winter, her hands would kind of, her skin would get super dry and kind of almost like fracture apart. And she had really painful, time during the winters when it got cold and drier in the months. And she started drinking the electrolyzed reduced water. And in about 6 months after starting to drink it, every day, like probably a couple liters a day, she saw improvement in her hands, in that she could actually, the nails were actually starting to grow back properly, and her skin was starting to kind of heal. And then about 8 months later, she found full health or full healing of her hands. Doesn't have any issues anymore. No blistering, no splits in her fingers or anything like that. So that was pretty incredible, because she's tried everything, every, steroid, she's done shots in her hands. She's tried kind of every, modern medicine way to heal. And this then simply changing her water to something that was, adept into, in helping heal the body from the inside out, rather than just treating the symptoms of the issues. So that was a big thing. And then also around the same time in 2023, when we started drinking the water, me and my wife were starting to look into having kids. So we both, we're both in our 30s. So we both did some tests just to see kind of how our, my sperm and her eggs, and making sure we, if we were going to start down this path, we'd have, a chance to have a kid. So we actually found out that I had a very low sperm count. This was about October 2023 when we started drinking the water. And I did a test around the same time. So we found out I had a very low sperm count. So we were kind of disheartened, and we were wondering if, maybe it wasn't in the cards for us, but we decided to make some lifestyle changes, added this water into our lifestyle as one of the changes. And I ended up taking another test in June and found that I went from like the 0 percentile of sperm count and motility up to the 30th percentile in about, about 8 months, October to June. And then we started trying to have kids in August of that same year, so 2024. And we ended up getting pregnant within the first week of trying to have a kid. So I took another test then, and I was up into 60 percentile of sperm count and mobility. So within a year, I raised my, sperm count and mobility up from the 0 percentile, so as low as it can be, up into, a normal range. And ended up, getting my wife pregnant within the first week of us trying to have kids. So it's been truly life changing in that way. And going from a spot, about a year and a half ago, we were wondering if we were ever going to have kids, to on having our daughter due in May this year, and just having that blessing that has come along with it. It's been something that's like, if this is making this kind of difference for us, who we assume we were already so healthy, and that we tracked what we ate, we tracked our macros, we worked out most days, or we were at least always active every day. And we just seeing the changes it's made in our lives so quickly, and then our parents' lives and our families' lives. We were just like, this is something we need to tell people about, because so many people are living with just random health issues that they just don't understand, why. That they try to do the right things, but it could just be something as simple as the water that they're drinking, right? They think they're doing it right by drinking water, more, or obviously you need to drink water every day, but then is that water that you're drinking every single day helping you, or is it full of contaminants that we're not aware of? Is it, even if it's filtered water, is it filtering out all the contaminants that are in your water system? Like, do you know what contaminants are in your water source? And if you don't, I'd highly recommend you start doing some research and seeing, because, we did the same thing, and we were drinking close to a gallon of water a day, and then didn't realize that our source water had like 14 contaminants over the federal proposed limit of contamination. So things like asbestos, it was things like trihalomethanes, it was things like chlorine, and other things like that. And it was just like, if we're drinking almost a gallon of this water a day, what is that doing to our body? And ever since we cleaned up our water source and introduced electrolyzed reduced water, we've just felt great. We've slept well. It's been truly life changing, from even a moderately healthy, lifestyle to begin with, and just experiencing changes that way. It's been awesome.
That's absolutely amazing. And also, congratulations on the pregnancy.
Thank you.
So, hearing these success stories is truly uplifting. It shows the real impact of ERW on people's lives.
Yeah, it really does. And then, something as simple as water is, can be life changing. And if you think about it, we are mostly water. So if we are going to start changing one thing, and to hopefully see the most results and most benefits, then I think changing what we are primarily made out of is a smart place to start. And in these machines, it's not like you're ever going to stop drinking water throughout your life. So it's a great investment for you to make, because it's something that you're going to use every single day, more than a car, more than a bed, more than anything like that. You're going to be drinking water every single day.
Right, absolutely. So, what are some common misconceptions about ERW?
Most common misconceptions is, kind of pretty much what I kind of alluded to in the beginning of, just water is water, right? And that this is some kind of, snake oil that we found online, that people are just kind of trying to push you because they can make some money off you buying a machine, and it's a scam and things like that. But I mean, people say that, I just tell them to go to, PubMed or Google Scholar, or, look up some actual scientific papers online. Like, go to Google Scholar, look up electrolyzed reduced water, and just read the articles that are there in front of you. And I have found over 100 articles that express some variation of a positive health outcome associated with electrolyzed reduced water. And then once you look that up, look up hydrogen infused water or hydrogen enriched water, because that's the same thing. And you'll just look at the health benefits that are associated with that as well. Hydrogen gas and hydrogen in liquid form or in your water is becoming on the forefront of research nowadays, and finding out the antioxidant benefits and how good it is for you, and how much it can change in your bodily system to produce positive health results for you.
Mm-hmm. Clearing up these misconceptions is so important. It helps people make informed decisions about their health.
Definitely.
So, how can someone get started with ERW?
Yeah. So, I mean, I'd say the biggest thing to do would be if you reached out to me, I can give you some more resources. If you go to the Kangen Couple on Instagram, you can reach out to us, just shoot us a message and we can give you some more resources or show you how to purchase a machine. Or if you're even not ready to purchase a machine, we can talk about some water filtration options. That's kind of a cheaper option that you can get started with and just making sure that your water is properly filtered. And then when you are ready, you could make the jump up to ionization as well.
So, what should they look for when choosing an ERW system?
The biggest thing to choose and look for is make sure that it carries some sort of medical certification or comes from a medically certified um, factory that creates it, right? So if you're looking to get medical and health benefits from something like ERW, then you want to make sure that the machine that is producing the water is a medically certified machine. There's a lot of machines out there in the market that are cheaper, that claim to have the same benefits, but if it's not medically certified, then you don't really know if you're going to be getting the proper benefits from the machine or not. So we recommend the Kangen K8 ionizer. It comes from a company called Enagic. That's who we partner with. And they are the only company that has that medical grade certification, and which is why we partnered with them, because they have the highest standards when it comes to producing machines and the water that then comes from said machines.
That's excellent advice, Kyle, because starting with the right information can make all the difference.
Definitely.
So, what role does ERW play in your coaching business, Tidal Vision Coaching?
Yeah, so Tidal Vision Coaching is what we created, and what we've been building in the last few months, surrounding electrolyzed reduced water. So in addition, so like I kind of mentioned previously, the company that we partner with, Enagic, they have a direct sales model. So if you do buy a machine, you can become a direct sales representative for the company, meaning that if you love the machine and want to, promote it out to other people in your general network, then you can also create a income stream where you make money essentially as an affiliate referral to that product. So what people can get into your downstream line, and then you can make money from their sales as well. And that's what we teach you to do at Tidal Vision. So our goal at Tidal Vision is essentially to educate fitness professionals like we are and we were, to educate and to try electrolyzed reduced water for themselves and then find the benefits in it, and then promote it out to their clientele, which is kind of what we did as well. So we think it's such a great health product that it needs to be promoted to the masses. And we think fitness professionals are on the front lines of promoting health products to people on a micro level, rather than what the government is trying to do on a macro level. We think people with personal relationships with people in their area, that can show them and produce and help them experience the benefits of electrolyzed reduced water. We think that the fitness professional in the local area is the perfect agent to do that. So at Tidal Vision Coaching, we just teach fitness professionals how to implement it into their own health regimen. And then we also teach them how to promote it in their local area, either through in-person events. And then we even teach them how to essentially build their own personal brand online, like we're doing with the Kangen Couple, to promote the products to their specific kind of niche, right? So if there's someone who is more in the boxing realm, or someone who's more in the BJJ realm, or someone who's in the military realm, or someone who is more in like the mental health space, or someone who is in the more the spiritual space, finding their people that they resonate with the most, and just teaching them about these awesome products, because really water kind of transcends any specific area, since we're all made of water and it can benefit anyone in any area. So we just use this Tidal Vision platform to educate as many fitness professionals as we can, to show them how they can get this awesome technology into the hands of as many people as possible to change as many lives as possible.
It's fantastic to see how ERW can be a part of holistic approach to health and business.
Agreed.
So, thank you so much, Kyle, for sharing your insights and experiences with us today. I hope our listeners feel inspired to explore the benefits of electrolyzed reduced water and consider making it a part of their daily routine. Remember, taking control of your hydration and health is one of the best gifts you can give yourself. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe and share it with your friends. Let's continue this journey to better health and well-being.